Welcome to Sequim Real Estate Questions and Answers. I'm Chuck Marunde, your host. And today, I'm going to answer the question, what are Sequim winters like? Well, we're approaching winter right now, so I thought this would be a relevant topic. For those of you who are thinking about retiring and living in Sequim forever, you might want to know about Sequim winters. Well, I've lived here 26 years, so I'm going to show you a couple of things that are more data-driven, but I want to give you really, the primary purpose of this video is to give you the impression of someone who's lived here for 26 years. So it's a very mild climate. We don't have temperature extremes, either hot or cold. Most of the time in the summers, the temperatures are in the 60s and low 70s. In the winters, most of the time, our temperatures are in the 40s and 50s, sometimes in the 60s on a really hot day. Yes, it does get down to freezing periodically, and we've seen more than our share of freezing temperatures in the last couple of years, but usually it dips down to freezing just for a little bit early in the morning, and then by 10 o'clock in the morning, it's already up to 42, 45 degrees. So we don't have temperature extremes, which makes it very nice in terms of trying to heat your house, because you're not going to need a lot of heat. I grew up in Alaska, so we had cold temperatures up there. Here you don't need air conditioning in the summer at all, and the temperatures don't get very cold, so you don't need to spend a lot of money on heating during the winter. My average year-round monthly electric bill, and everything I have is electric, 1,850 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, is only $95 a month. Now, granted, I live rather humbly, and I keep my temperature about 68, 70 degrees most of the year. But that should help you understand a little bit about the nature of our climate here. No extremes, which is fantastic. So that keeps the cost of living down if you go into retirement. With respect to rain and snow, you probably already know we get an average of about 16 inches a year here compared to 45 inches in Seattle. And so we get plenty of rain, but we also get plenty of sunshine. Now, just because we're in the blue hole doesn't mean we get sunshine every single day. That's kind of a joke. People kid about that. And I often say to people when we come and we look at a house, as if it's raining, I say, well, it has to rain at least one day out of the year in Sequim. The snow, that doesn't, we don't have a big snow problem here. We've actually had 2 or 3 winters without snow at all in Sequim. Now, the Olympic Mountains, of course, are just to the south of us, and you can see snow on the top of the mountains most of the year. But even when we get snow, it's not real extensive. So we might get snow, and it might just melt in one day, just a few inches, and it melts off before the end of the day. Other times, it may last for a few days. We have had, 2 winters ago, we had a pretty interesting pile of snow that built up here, but that was something no one had ever seen before, at least not until you go back about 20 years ago when we had a snowstorm. So snow is kind of rare here. It's a little fun when it does happen because the kids or grandkids love to go out and play in the snow. So does my dog, by the way. Now, when you get above 1,000 feet in elevation into the mountains to the south of Sequim, you might want to know this, the snow tends to stick a little longer when it does snow, and the temperatures are a little bit cooler than down in Sequim. So if you're looking at homes up there at 12 or 13 or 1,400 feet in elevation, just be aware. You could get a little more snow, especially in a particularly cold or snowy winter. So I just want to introduce you to Cliff Mass's weather blog. He recently did an article called What Will Northwest Weather and Climate Be Like in 2050? It's an excellent article. If you go through there, you'll see that Sequim, we're kind of lucky because over the next several decades, his analysis, which is very extensive, and you can read the article, Cliff Mass, you'll see at the top here, it's all one word, cliffmass.blogspot.com. And if you do a Google search for Cliff Mass, you'll find his blog. He does a very extensive analysis of the area and comes to the conclusion that temperatures here over the coming decades are likely to increase by 3 or 4 degrees in the Sequim area, and that our rain isn't going to change much either. So we're kind of lucky. We probably live in one of the best places in the world, not only for climate, but for a lot of other reasons that retirees love. And I'll just take you lastly to this site here, which is my real estate blog. You'll find a lot of more articles on this blog about Sequim weather and the climate and so forth. There are over 2,000 articles on this blog, by the way, answering all the questions that buyers have been asking for 20 years. You can also click on this button right here, which is the MLS. And let me click on that and show you what you get. You get this, and you can do a search of the MLS that way. You can also come over here and go, hey, San Juan Islands. You can click on that and go to an MLS site that will show you all of the listings out in the San Juan Islands in front of Sequim. That is between Sequim and the Seattle side. So lots of fun. I hope this video has been enjoyable to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.